Listen, this is my second attempt at going live tonight. I don't know what's happening. Hello, beautiful girls. It is your girl, makeup artist DeShawn Hatcher, all the way from New York. And as I do on Sunday, we have Sunday Live at 7. And we talk about all things that are funky to our makeup artist careers. And this Sunday, instead of taking questions, I wanted to just talk about this little thing I had just recently seen on a message board. And man, it is irritating me because it happens to all of us. What the topic is tonight is um, when we have a client and they're so demanding, like they call you up, they want to book you, we want to book you, blah, 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 blah. And then they keep asking for all these things, and yet they don't have a contract. They didn't sign anything. There's nothing, there's no paperwork for you. There's nothing, there's no deal memo, there's no nothing. And they just keep demanding and demanding and demanding. And then all of a sudden, they just say, oh, we found somebody else. This happens all the time to makeup artists, all the time, especially bridal. It happens in editorial. It happens. I can't believe it doesn't happen all across the board for makeup artists, no matter what you do, body painting. It doesn't matter what you do, what the specialty is. Clients will play that yin and that yang with you. And there was a question on a message board about something very, very similar to this. And so before I get started, what I want to say is make sure you like all my videos, not just this one. And make sure that leave comments, because again, YouTube doesn't think I exist if you don't leave comments, and my stuff doesn't get ranked. And so, which means you won't find me, and you won't know if I am alive. And what else do I want to tell you? I don't know, child. It's a long day already. Listen, let's get into it. Oh, no, community board. So if you do have a question for me, please go on to the community board, my community board, and you will see a little post with my face saying, ask me your questions. Always put your questions there, because when Sunday rolls around, I normally have a printout of questions, and then I sit here and I answer you specifically. And so that's it. That's it, people. Now let's get to the BS of the clients, okay? So listen. What do you do when the client does this dance? It's almost like a dance, right? When they do this, hi, blink, I want to book you. What's your rates? What's your this? What's your that? And you think that, okay, I've spoken to this person. I have the date. What else do I need to do? Everything's settled. I have the date. We somewhat solidified the pay. I'm golden. So you run to your book and you write it down. I'm booked for this particular day. Well, what happens is you didn't give them a deal memo. You gave them no contract. You gave them nothing. And they feel within their rights to do this back and forth with you. They feel like it's within their rights to, I'm not going to say harass, because we're all clients and we all have questions to our pros, but it's more like, maybe because I'm biased, I'm a makeup artist, but it feels like you're trying to take advantage of us, by going back and forth and asking a million and two questions, and yet you have not signed on the dotted line. So how do we stop it? How do we stop it? Well, the first thing is, when you're having an initial conversation with them, is, oh, you want me on this particular day. Let's say it's January 2nd. Okay, you want me on January 2nd? Then you ask them, well, what time and where am I going? Ask specific questions. Don't just have, I used to do this. I'm guilty. I used to do this. People call me up. Hey, Sean, are you available? On January 2nd. I would say, yes. They would say, okay, not put you on hold, but they would say, okay, I'll get back to you. Or, okay, I'm going to call you back with a few questions. Okay, whatever. But, in your head, you think you're booked. And so, you write it down in your calendar. You think, oh, I got the job. And then you don't have the job because you didn't follow up with the business that you're supposed to. And so the first thing that I want you guys to start doing is when you're having these types of conversations is ask the specific questions, ask them specifics. A lot of times they do a lot of the talking, and I understand that, but you have the right to ask them questions like, what is it that you want me to do? How many people? Where is it? How am I to get there? Oh my God, there's so many questions that you can come up with on your own as well to ask these questions, okay, to these clients. So you can kind of listen when you do this, you kind of weed out the trash, okay? You weed out the trash. Why? Because they'll come with a little bit more specifics to you. You feel like, at least you can feel like, okay, they have answers for me. A lot of times the problem is that a lot of people are fishing. They're fishing. It's like, well, they're fishing people. They're calling you up, and then they won't even talk price yet. They just want to fish. They want to feel you out. You don't have no time to be playing with people feeling you out. You need to have your stuff ready. You need to have your business stuff ready. So those questions, boom, 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 that you ask in the beginning will solidify it. Because what will happen, my darlings, is you guys are going to go, you're going to take all that information down. Remember, you don't talk to people. Don't talk to people on the train unless you have a pen and piece of paper. Don't talk to people on the run unless you have a pen and piece of paper in your hand. Don't do that. You should really have a real sit down, wherever the hell it is, can be in a restaurant. I don't care, we get it. But you should have a sit down with a pen and piece of paper in your hand and write that joint out. Okay, a lot of times, oh, what did they say? I don't know. So you write that out. You write all the particulars out. Then what you do is immediately you go and you type up either an invoice for them. I prefer not an invoice. I prefer either a deal memo at this point and a contract, whatever your contract says. But you want the deal memo and the contract. I've already done a video on deal memos. I've already done it. So that work for you is already done. Go on the deal memo video. And there's even a little practice deal memo for you on my where is it on my blog. Okay, so when you get that deal memo, that sample deal memo I made, it has the questions almost mapped out for you. So as soon as you get off that phone with these people, then you shoot them that deal memo. You give it to them, because see, that means to them that you mean business. But when you're like, yeah, oh yeah, okay, I'm busy. I'm not busy, but I'll be there. Yeah, blah blah blah, all this stuff. Child, I'm sorry. It makes you look unprofessional, and then they start to ticky in their head how professional you are by how you speak to them, by the questions you ask. All of those things, they ticky in their head. Like what? Listen, when you're talking to somebody and they're kind of like, how do you say, loopy? I don't know what the right word is. But it's like, I don't know. I just went to, up here, we had a, I'm going, guys, I have analogies, so just bear with me, okay? So you know how you go to a flea market or you go to like a garage sale and somebody has something that's really, really, really expensive, but yet they don't know it. And so what do? You walk up to them. Of course, you don't show your card. So you walk up to them and you go, well, how much is that? And they go, oh, it's $20. Oh, $20. Even though in your head, it's $200. Oh, 20. How about if I give you 10? And then they go, okay. Why? Because that's how we are. Do you understand? That's what we are that person. We just give our shit away. Try not to curse, but we just give it away because we're not business savvy. We have to be business savvy, and that's the problem. We give our stuff. We are that valuable piece of bric-a-brac. I love that word. We are that valuable. I just went crazy and bought 1, 2, 3, 4 frames. I have a frame over there that is so stunning. And that frame that I'm looking at it right now, that frame is worth several $100s. I'm looking at it. And I was able to get 4 frames for $65. But the point is that I knew the value of that frame, and he had asked me for more money. I would have given him more money. But again, the value, we or that frame, we have to understand we are valuable. See, and a lot of times we just are a little too flippant with the business. We're too, okay. I used to be the same way. So, okay. But okay does not get me paid. Okay, when we do that, okay gets us our calendars filled, correct? We're gonna have filled calendars, and guess what? We never contacted the client again. We never heard from them because we didn't do our business. We didn't do our due diligence to check in. We all of a sudden January 2nd rolls around. And I go, or it's January 1st, I go, hi, I'll be there tomorrow. And they go, oh no, we hired somebody else. It happens all the time. And you got to get on top of it. So that is why the client does that. The client knows you don't know what you're doing. And so that they take advantage. They just take advantage. Whether they're taking advantage because they're not sure of their dates, whatever, but they're taking advantage of you. And it's not cool. It's not cool to think you're booked and you're not booked, but the onus is on us. The onus is on the makeup artist. You see, we have to start doing our business a little bit better. And the young lady on the message board, this poor girl, I was looking for the actual question because it was like this big, on a message board to type out something this big, is huge. And she just kept going, well, the client said this, and then the client changed her mind and said this, and she could, but they haven't signed a contract. They haven't done this. They haven't done that because that client's not serious. When you get a serious client, that means they're signing the contract. They're signing your deal memo. They're agreeing with you. But I'm sorry to say, when you were like me, when the very beginning, I used to be like, hey, you available January 2nd? Yeah, I am. Yeah, me. I was available, but I didn't ask any questions. I was not professional. I was desperately hungry to be a makeup artist, which is fine. And I was desperately hungry to work and desperately hungry to just get out there and do my thing. That's fantastic. Passion is very important for makeup artists. The passion that I will go to the ends of the earth for that damn shot. Listen, I was in Jamaica the island, okay? I was in Jamaica. And you would think that is just the most sexiest thing, right? Oh, I got flown off to Jamaica. No, my ass was up at the crack ass of dawn. Before dawn, because we needed the shots. So now I'm getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning so we can get out and get the sunset shots. Then on top of it, my ass is in the ocean, right? You would think, oh, it's so lovely. No, my ass was teeter-tottering on rocks, while she's on a platform and I'm trying to get the sweat off her face. Okay, we will do anything. But I'm telling you, but if we're not on top of our business, we are screwed. And the client is going to take advantage of you. If you notice, I said nothing about money. I didn't talk about money. I'm talking about just how we act. We all know these types of situations. And we all, including myself, get caught up in it. And so I just, when I saw that message, that poor girl, her question was literally that big on a message board, I was like, this client is just, it's like tennis. She just keeps bringing her back. It was just like, oh my God, lady, did you even say you were going to pay her? You haven't even said you booked her yet. I mean, it just kept going on and on. And I could feel her heart, not her heart breaking, but I could just feel her heart like, well, what did I do wrong? I don't understand. She thought she's not booking me. I did all the things she said. It's not working. And it's not working because she didn't do her business. That sounds like a dog. She didn't take care of her business. She didn't take care of her business. Her business is to get all the answers in and to give that person a contract and a deal memo. And so that was my mini rant. That's my mini rant for tonight. Hello, people. I see you out there. I see you. CIR YouTube. I can't wait to hear the good news. Hi, CIR YouTube. Layton. Hi, Layton. You completely agree with me. Thank you, Layton. What's a good percentage for a kill fee percentage as a makeup artist? CIR YouTube. I will answer you. House of Marty. Hi, House of Marty. Amen, sister. Jennifer Mitchell. Hi, everybody. Happy Sunday. House of Marty, no deposit, no appointments. We t-shirt. Come on, House of Marty, you and me, we're gonna go half and half on the t-shirt business. No deposit, no appointment, biatch. Okay. Hey, Karen Allen. Hi, sweetheart. Miss Hatcher is always 100. Thank you, darling. I wish I were. So CIR, you asked me what's a good percentage for a kill fee. Okay. I would say, to me, there's a couple of variables for me, like how long have I been working with people, and sometimes some companies, production companies, have a kill fee cutoff fee. So sometimes I could say, get your whole thing, and then sometimes a kill fee could be a whole day, and then sometimes it's like 30% of the thing. Sometimes it's 50%. So it depends. Like, I think I described this a couple of weeks ago, or maybe a couple of months ago now. I was physically on my way to a shoot, which took me 2.5 hours to get to. Then before that, I had to run around and pack up. So we're talking a whole day of my time was wasted. You understand? So for me, I want my money. Okay. I told them, I said, I want a whole day pay. And they said, okay, DeShawn. So they said, okay, to the whole day, because you've wasted because it was 2.5 hours there, 2.5 hours back. I already spent two hours packing. You've done wasted my whole damn day. I want my money. Okay. So that's one way of handling it. And you make it very clear. You explain, listen, I didn't get the kill. I didn't get the notice that it was over until I was almost there. I want my money. You owe me a day fee. So that's why it's almost somewhat like pay. It's negotiable. Okay. Some people might say, shoot me over. Some production companies say, shoot me over a thing, or they'll say, we'll take 30%, we'll pay you 30% of the day, or it depends. But if you are upfront with it and you say, listen, you don't waste my whole damn day, I want a whole day's pay, even if they have a 30% kill fee under their belt, a lot of times they'll just say, okay, they'll say, okay, you're right. And they'll pay you the full day rate. So it really does depend on what happened, how far in advance did they do it. Sometimes if they kill something a day or two in advance, you see, like you were interrupted, sure, but it wasn't like I was interrupted where I physically was on my way there, and it got killed just as I was pulling into the parking lot. So it depends, but I would say 30% is a fair thing to start, and then depending on how much BS and angst you went through that day to get there, or whatever. Sometimes it could be that you purchased some things for the shoot, then all of a sudden it's canceled. I would expect you to take that receipt and give it to them on top of your kill fee and say, I bought this and this and this specifically for the shoot because you requested it or something like that, and I want to be reimbursed for that and my kill fee. You understand? So it's all different. There's all different things. I just wanted to give a broader sense of kill fee, because when I had heard of the kill fee, I was like 10 years in the business and nobody told me about no damn kill fee. Okay. And then a lot of times I was just straight up ass out, I just didn't know. And then when I found out about the kill fee, somebody said, oh, it's like 10%. It's like 10%. I was like, oh, 10%, I'll take 10%. I'll take 10% of nothing. You know what I'm saying? So then when I heard it was whatever, then later, a couple of years later, I had heard, no, it's whatever. I was like, oh, damn, I wasn't told that. So it all depends. It's when my point is the kill fee is, it's like that. Okay. Any questions? We cannot be on here in the past 8 o'clock. Sorry. So ask me questions, you beautiful people. Oh, CIR YouTube says, I can't wait to hear the good news. I didn't do it right, CIR YouTube. I was supposed to formulate it in a different context. So now I have to formulate it Give me, okay, give me, give me one more day. And what will happen is either I'll just come on live and announce it and announce the rules. I guess if there are rules and regulations, I guess if that's what it is. But I need to form the context correctly, and I need to check with, I'm not going to say what or who because I don't want to give away, but I need to check with one thing, company, person, man, woman, child. I'm trying not to give it away. And then I will come back with the right information. I just want to make sure I'm right for my goddamn mouth. I just want to make sure I'm right. So I'm sorry to say, I know you're waiting for the good news. Don't kill me. But the good news is coming. It's coming tomorrow, probably. If I don't get my answer tonight, I'll probably get it tomorrow because tomorrow's Monday. So they'll probably be open. They, he, she, man, woman, child, company, I don't know. Maria Jones, hi, beautiful lady. So do you guys have any questions? Because this is what's going to happen, okay? No questions. Then, boop, she's off this thing. Like, this is Q&A Sunday. It's like, I answer your questions. Get it? It's Q&A Sunday. But I do, from time to time, go on rants like I just did. But it was only because I want to make sure you guys get paid correctly. You know, and you understand that the reason why the client is able to jerk you around like that is because, sorry to tell you this, you allowed them to jerk you around. That's why. You allowed them to jerk you around, and you can't do that because as soon as they see a weakness in you, they're just going to keep going. And I swear to God, they'll do all of that. They'll ask you 1,000,002 questions. Can I ask you a question about this? And then you answer them thinking, I have the job, so what's the big deal? And then they take all that information and they probably hands it off to another makeup artist, and then they just don't hire you. You see? So we all have to be real careful with that, you know, with the business part, because once they do a deal memo, that means they're serious about you. They're serious about it. It's no joke, you know. We gotta really handle our business. We really, really, really do. Like, for real. I know people think it's all about the makeup. Like, makeup is quite important. It's very, very important. I mean, clearly, if you suck, you're not going to work. Okay. No, and I was going to say something rude, but I'm not going to say it tonight. It's been 2 weeks. I don't know. You know, I'm just like, it's been 2 weeks, and I just feel like talking like we're sitting in my living room, you know, like the girls. You know what I'm saying? But I can't because that would be not nice. I am trying to be good. Have you ever had to take a client to court? And if so, what's your experience? CIR YouTube. No. I did have to take a company to court, but that had nothing to do with makeup. That had everything to do with them botching up my daggone vacation. And I won, by the way. But did I ever take a client to court? No. Small claims court. I can even do a little thing on small claims court because that took over several months for me to sue them. It took in New York City. I don't know what it's like in other parts of the country, but in New York, it took quite a long time for it to be done. And I won, and I never even saw a judge. I saw, what do you call them? Mediators. So before you even get to a judge, you get to mediators and see if you can work it out, kind of thing. So yeah, I've never had to sue a client. I've never had to sue a client. Doesn't mean back in the day, CIR YouTube, it doesn't mean back in the day I didn't want to. I just did not understand the situation. That's what, yeah. I would have, not knowing what I know today, I should have sued some of their assets, but I did not because I didn't understand the dynamics and stuff, you know. So there you go. Jennifer Mitchell, it is appropriate to add a clause. Oh, is it appropriate to add a clause to your contract to be paid directly via Zelle instead of checks. I have my Zelle info on my invoice, but most companies still send checks. I can't talk today. Tired of having to track. You can ask, yeah, I mean, you can ask to be paid by Zelle, PayPal, whatever. You can ask for that. But if a company is not set up like that, their accounting department is not set up like that, then you're not going to get paid via Zelle. You may say, give me my dang money, but it's the way the company is run. It's sort of like if you, let's say you, the only thing, you don't have electronic services, you don't have anything, all you know how to do is write a check, just checks, and then all of a sudden somebody says, well, pay me via Zelle. And you're like, I don't have Zelle. That's not how I handle my business. It's the same thing. It's no difference. So just be prepared for a check. But the thing about checks is I want you to, time that check and be like, yo, it's supposed to be here in 30 days or 15 days or whatever you negotiate in your contract. It better be there on the time that you agreed to on your contract. So whatever it was, even if it was like, I want to be paid right away. Like I like check in hand instead of sending me a check, especially if I don't know people, then I request really normally like my first check in hand. Like when I arrive, can I have my check? Those are the little things I do. So if you only pay by check, right, and you want your money fast, then ask to have your check ready for you when you arrive. Do you understand what I'm saying? Try that out. See if it works for you. All right, see, hello, honey. 80% business, 20% makeup. It's a joy for me when I actually get to touch a face. I agree too. Listen, I love painting faces. If we wouldn't be doing this if we didn't like all this. But you're right, 80% is business. It's 80% of it. It's not the other way around. People think it is. People think it's only 20%. It's really 80 because when you think about everything you have to do to get the client, the marketing is business. So when you think about that, networking is business. All of that stuff is business. And you have to realize that you have to do your business if you want to work. Even, networking, going to parties, classes is education, but it's still part of your business. Because it's really, remember, when you go to fill out your taxes, that's a business expense education. Do you see what I'm saying? It's all business. This is like, you're right. It's like 20% is this, and the rest is you constantly marketing. You're a freelancer. You don't work for anybody. You can't just sit back and wait for the phone to ring all the time. You can't, So that's all I'm saying. Mail down. Continued. Oh, I got you, Jennifer. I was like, what? I got you, Jennifer. I hear you. Question about Graftobian. Do you use the palette only for film and video or also on event clients? I'm in Miami and the heat and humidity here breaks everything down. Listen, Miami is its own. I am not a Miami girl because I sweat profusely. It's not a joy for me to be in Miami because it's like, but even my Graftobian has held up in Miami. Okay. I use Graftobian on everyone. I don't think there hasn't been, I mean, I get bored, I have inclusion, I know, but every now and then I'm like, oh, I want to try this. I want to play with that. It's more for me how I prep the skin underneath that helps keep Graftobian on the face. So that's how it is. It's not so much the makeup per se. It's how we prep that skin, like bulletproof that joint, so that sweat won't break the makeup in half. I'm not even big on like crazy powder. You know what I mean? I'm not really big on it. So how do you do that? Well, you have to really prep that skin really, really well. And then you have to train your client what to do when she does sweat. Does she just wipe her face? Of course not. Or does she Oh, I got the vapors. She gently pats. Those are the things that you have to do on your end, is to train your client on how to take care of herself when she's in Miami. I did this show. This show was in Miami. My Guinness World Record show was in Miami. We had to keep those models. This is the cotton show that I did, that I got the Guinness World Record for. And we had a conveyor belt of models. We had to do 1,444 looks in 24 hours. And we had to keep those girls tight. We had to keep them tight. They couldn't walk out there all greasy and nasty. So, that tells you something. So it's the way you prep the skin. Okay. See our YouTube. Have you experienced any bounce client checks or companies? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Listen. I ain't gonna sit here and tell you I have not suffered the bounce checks, the no checks, the waiting for my money. There's points and times I'm still waiting for my money. Listen, it's 22 or 21 years later, and I'm like, are they ever going to pay me? That's how it is. Okay. So, and that's because I did not understand. And that's why I do this on Sundays. So you understand that don't let 30 days goes by. Let's say if it's a 30-day thing, 30 days will go by. Your check should be in your hand. And if it's not, the first thing you do is pick up the phone and call people and say, where is my check? And you call directly to the accounting department, and you stay on people. You have to stay on them. And I think a lot of times the makeup artists don't want to do that. Freelancers don't want to do that because you're fearful that if you stay on somebody, they're not going to call you back to work, right? So here's my question. Was this an ongoing situation? Is this something that happens all the time when you work for them? Or is this a one-off? In other words, you work for them for 2 years, 3 years, everything is fine, then suddenly this one time the check is late. You see what I'm saying? You have to weigh what the issue is. What is the issue going on here? Is there somebody new, an accountant that just messed up your file? Like, what's the deal with why you're not getting paid? And then you have to decide on if this is a chronic thing that they are doing to me with my pay. Why the F, okay, do I still want to work for this company? Why am I still working for somebody who has no respect for me, what I do, the fact that I just showed up to work, did my job, and you still haven't paid me? You see what I'm saying? Like, after a while, you just have to kiss that company goodbye. I've kissed goodbye magazines, celebrities. I had a job up here. This person, it took me almost 4 months to get paid, but I was up her ass. I wasn't playing. I was like, I want my money. She kept saying, well, what do you want me to do? I was like, I want you to get my money. That's what I want you to do. And I was serious. But I knew personally she would never call me again. I knew that, and I didn't care. I wanted my money. And you just let the job go, because guess what? There are other jobs in the universe that will come to you. That's just a client you don't want anymore. I want to get paid. I don't want to have to show up to work and not get paid. I want to get paid. So sometimes you do have to be that kind of like, I want my money. Like, you have to strong on, like, I want my damn money. Do I have to show up at your door? I want my money. It's like, they think they could just put us on the back burner when it comes to money like that. It's not cute. And I remember there was this one big company. I think they owed me like $500. And at the time I was so broke and I was so new and I didn't understand. I was like, oh my God, if I say something, they're not going to hire me anymore. Blah, blah, blah. I ain't never got that money, and they ain't never hired me again either. See what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying, like, weigh your options, but the option is you want your damn money. That's what you want. And if you have to keep calling and being cuckoo about it, then you call and be cuckoo about it till you get your check. That's how I feel about it. Sorry, that's how I feel about it. They will always play with your money. They will always play with your money. But boy, when it comes to that work, aren't they standing over you, looking at what you're doing and evaluating you and all this stuff, right? What time did she show up today? All of that, right? But then they won't pay you on time. No, you get your money and you realize that this is not the company for you. That's it. Ah. So Jennifer Mitchell says, what opportunities do you recommend for networking in this post-COVID era? I feel like trade shows used to be the best place, but those aren't happening as much or as often. I know. I miss you guys. I miss meeting you. I miss that. I really, really, really miss you guys. Yeah, it sucks. It's gonna come back. I do know that. I hate to be like a pusher of assisting rules, but assisting rules tells you what to do. The most important thing is to make a connection, and a lot of times you make a connection online and get to know people online. You should be following them, or you should be following them online and what they're doing online, like you would follow them around the show to talk to them. You should be doing that, right? So follow them, figure out what they're doing, comment on what they're doing, make your presence known to people. I talk about Ted. Oh, guys, will say Ted Cruz. Ted Gibson. Where did Ted Cruz come from? I don't know. Ted Gibson, the hairstylist, we connected over a Facebook post, I believe. Like we knew of each other like this, but I never met him. I always adored him. There's always something about him. I just loved him so much. He was on What Not to Wear, and I just loved him. But I never met him, and we talked periodically throughout the years, and then I started to really follow him and really start commenting. I was a little shy, because it's Ted Gibson and I'm a big fan. So I was like, do I comment? I was like, oh, damn, do I comment? I was like, yeah, comment. Why not? So I started commenting. And then I just was myself, my cuckoo crazy self. And I would say what the hell I wanted to say to him. And he got me and he understood me and he got my jokes. And then, we're not like besties. He's not my best friend or anything. But it is lovely. Like when he had his birthday party, he invited me to his birthday party. I thought it was so lovely of him to do that. But that all came from following him on Facebook and I believe Instagram, and just starting conversation, just saying, commenting on some of his stuff, congratulations, and oh, I saw you do this and I saw you do that and I knew that was you. All of that. It's very important that you do it. I keep saying this. I know it's so kumbaya, and I know people like, oh, DeShawn, that's such BS. But if you come from a real, genuine heart place, it comes off better. It doesn't come off like you're ass kissing. It just comes off like, oh, you really like that. You know what I mean? So that is one of the reasons why I really do like. It's probably the only reason. The only reason why I really like Facebook and Instagram is because you can connect to people in that way. You don't have to private message them. You just follow them and you make your presence known by saying whatever great, congratulations, but make it personal. Like, wow, congratulations on that job. That eyebrow was dope, or pick things that you think are interesting to you. What was interesting to you? What was it that you found so compelling about what they did? Say it. Oh my God, even if the way that model tilted her head was so fierce, it made your eyebrow pop out. You see what I'm saying? Like, get with a personality. Let these people know who you are. That's all. Evie! Hi, Evie. When did you do his? Oh, when did I do the world's record? Now that's, oh God. Oh my God. Wow. Now it's like 8 years ago now, because I've done the show many, 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 many times, but that particular show was cited by the Guinness World Record. But we've done the show several times throughout the years. But that particular one was about 8 years ago. But since doing that show, I've already done like 4 more of those shows. So, but that particular one was the Guinness World Record one. Arati says, so true. I have to work on this. It's so intimidating in a small country, but I must remind myself, why am I fretting over someone who can't or won't pay me in good time? Thank you. Why are we doing that? I have to get a psychologist, not just for me talking to you, but for me too, because I want to know the psyche. I just think it's the innate fear that when you are demanding, and I hate to be sexist, and I know we're not in a sexist world anymore. I know it's a he, she, they, them, all of that. I get it. But I'm going to speak sexistly for a minute if I can. Sometimes, and I know it happens to men, so don't get me wrong, but sometimes women have this, we're raised to be pleasant, and we're raised to be, nice, and and so being somewhat demanding of something is harder for us, I think. And I do think that women are set up to think that when they are demanding of something, that there's a punishment that goes along with it. Just my personal opinion. And I think that when we're freelancers, it makes it hard for us to kind of speak up and use our voices sometimes when people have done us wrong, because you still want to try to be pleasant. Do you know what I'm saying? And so I do think that is I'm not going to say it's just a woman thing, because I know men get tripped up too. But it just feels like, to me, like most people I've noticed with issues like this have been female makeup artists. I don't think I'm not saying it's never happened to a man, but I just feel like I haven't seen it happen to too many male makeup artists. I just haven't seen it. Most of the, like I said, 95% of the time, it's female makeup artists that seem to have this problem. Yeah. All right, listen. Okay, listen. I was on a set one day. I don't think at this time, this is years ago now I think about it, doing an editorial, but it was an editorial with a celebrity, okay? And, with when you do editorials are the lowest paid gigs they are that you can get. But when you're dealing with a celebrity, you can kind of just ask for almost, I want I want $2,000, and they may say, oh, they start to negotiate. But with a celebrity, you have a lot more wiggle room when it comes to pay. But something, I don't know what possessed me. Normally at this point in my career, I normally would say, I want my money up front, blah, 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 blah. But I didn't do that. I don't know what happened on that shoot. I don't know why I didn't. And I remember watching the hairstylist, who was a man. That woman, that editor, walked over to him and handed him cash. Boop! Right? And then it just something, I don't know what happened, and just kind of looked and was like, and he could see it in my face, like, I'm going to say it this way because you'll understand. He was like, bitch, you better ask for your money. And he said that just like that to me. And he knew by the look on my face that I did not ask to get paid, one, in cash, and two, I didn't ask to get paid that night. I just didn't ask. I don't know what possessed me. And he was right. He was like, bitch, you better get your money. Like that. And he was right. And he was all about the business. And he got his money. And guess what? It took me 6 months to get my money. It took me 6 months of back and forth and back and forth and back and forth to get my money. But he got his money, boom, right on the spot. And that taught me, you better ask for what you want. You got to ask for what you want. You're not going to get it. You're not going to get it. So as he said, bitch, you better ask for what you want. There you go. Evie says, you know what helps me? I give them a time frame with a late fee. Anything past X date is $50 late fee. Yeah, we have that here in New York as well. They just did it a couple of years ago for freelancers. I forgot what it was. There's a penalty involved. here in New York City. So if you're late now, you owe us big time. No, but you owe us. I forgot what the percentage is. It's very small, but you still owe us money. And then what is it? Then what is it? I'm sorry, I'm having a brain fart. You owe us money, you owe us extra money, and then there's something about being ousted to New York City itself as a bad company, and you go on like a list or something for something like that. So yeah, you can always put a clause on your invoices and in your deal memo and in your contract that if you are paid later than XYZ, then like Evie does, it's $50. Some people do 50 for the first week, 50, 75 for the second week, $100. So it depends on how you want to set it up, but it's an incentive for people to pay you on time. I'm a beat Lynn. Oh, hi. Oh my God, I made it. Hi. Okay. CIR YouTube. Have you had any models that have been violent lately? They used to say about Naomi. Not lately. No, not lately. Have I had like, I never had a model, not violent. Honestly, models, I think that's why I really like dealing with models a lot more than other people. Models are pretty dope. I don't really have that many issues with a model. I have issues with celebrity clients more than models. Hold on, let me see if I can turn this down. Is this working here? Is this working? No, it's not working. God damn it. Yeah, I have more issues with celebrities than I do with models. So no, I've only had, she turned out to be a celebrity. What's that woman? Am I allowed to say her name? Who cares? Joanna Krupa. Oof, bitchy bitch. And I wasn't even hired at the time to do makeup. I was hired. I'm sorry, I'm looking for the clicker because like I was hired to do nails. I was a nail tech. Oh my gosh, I'm going blind. I was doing nails. I was doing nails for a fashion show. I'm a nail tech too. I don't know if you guys know that. I'm a nail tech since 1997. So I do nails too. And she just was so bitchy. Ugh. But she didn't throw anything at me. She's just bitchy. But besides that, honestly, you know, people can be short with you or whatever, but I just didn't like her. I broke a rule. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, but I don't care. Time I see, I'm like, oh, I can't stand her. So there we go. No, I haven't had that, but I've heard of other people having that. It was so funny. I was just talking. I don't know if I told you all this. I was just talking to my neighbor, and she's a fashion stylist. Oh, it's so funny. And we were talking about dealing with rappers, female rappers. And this is not a what am I trying to say? It's not a, what's the word? Like a poo-pooing. I haven't eaten all day. I've had a piece of toast and some hummus. So I'm really hungry. Okay. So just ignore the cuckoo-ness in my head. But it's not a thing for all of them. But there's a particular one there was one particular one that was very known for being Naomi, like flipping out and throwing stuff. And a magazine had called me to do the cover with her last minute, like, DeShawn, can you come in today? I was like, nope. I was like, nope, no, I will not, because I knew of her reputation. I knew it. And even though her reputation at the time was being rehabbed, I was like, not rehab like rehab, but like, you know, rehabilitate the public, not like she was in rehab. I said, nah, something don't feel right about this. Especially some last minute thing with a major magazine for this girl. I was like, something's not right. So I was talking to my neighbor who is the stylist, and she goes, oh my God, I was on, she told me I was on that set. I think she was assisting. She was like, I was on that set, DeShawn. She flipped out. She flipped out. She started screaming and carrying on and throwing things. And okay, so yeah, I'm not the one. I'm not the one. No, I'm not the one. Me no likey. Me no likey. So if I have that vibe from a person, I will not deal with them. I had that vibe not recently. Now it's like 3 years ago now. I was doing a TV show and I was doing guest makeup and hair, right? And these people were having a fight. When I tell you a fight, it was a fight. It was a fight, 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 fight. I'm telling you, it was epic. And then then the next thing, they wanted these people to come into my room, my little tiny makeup room, and they were adamant about them being in the same room together. This was a reality TV show. So they were adamant that they had to be in this room was tiny. Oh God. And I said, no. I put my foot down. I said, no. I said, those two will not be coming into my room together because I could just see them talking and then started escalating. And then I see my stuff being thrown. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yeah, I'm not playing it. I don't care if you got cameras. I don't give a rat's ass. They're not coming in here. And so I told my assistant, go around the corner. You go around the corner, set up, go over there. And they kept saying, well, we don't want that. I was like, I don't care what you want. I'm not playing that game with you. And then they said, okay, DeShawn. And they let it go. They let it go because I was like, I am not playing this. I'm not here. I'm not an actor in your reality BS. I'm not going to be the makeup artist that you see on set or you see in Bridezilla where these women just go off on them and they just go, what do I do? Because this is not going to happen. I'm not part of your reality BS. So that's why I was like, mm-mm. And so they had to be moved. You have to take control. You have to take control. What do I tell you? What do I constantly say over the years? Command what? Come back at me. Jennifer Mitchell says, I relate to this so much. I feel like being the nice girl has held me back from getting the opportunities, the money, recognition I should have gotten on many jobs. Learning to fight for myself and my work, factor in being a woman of color on these sets. See, that's hard too. Again, that's another issue, especially Black women. God forbid. I remember somebody saying to me, I'm talking like this. Like, I'm not even talking like this. I think I was just talking like this. And they said, why are you so angry? And I was like, where do you get I'm angry? I'm not angry. Like, why are you so angry, DeShawn? I was like, we're talking about popcorn. What are you talking about? Why am I so angry? So yeah, I dig it. I think it's just it's in us all. It's in every woman. But there are particulars with each race that they have these things that they have to overcome, and it's like being the Black girl and being the aggressive Black girl on set. Oh my God. Like I said, we literally were just having a conversation, literally just normal conversation, no heated, no voices raising, no nothing. And then some white person just turned to me and said, why are you so angry? I didn't, you know what it was? I didn't agree. I said, oh no, I don't think that. And then the person was like, well, why are you so angry? It's like, I'm not angry. I just don't agree with you. So because I don't agree with you, it makes me angry. And it was just like, what kind of freaking multiverse am I living in? Like, what the hell is this? So I dig you. I really dig you, but I don't care anymore. Jennifer Mitchell. Jennifer Mitchell. I don't care. If I am the angry Black lady talking about, listen, I want my money, then I'm the angry Black woman. Then that's just the way it is. But I want my money. You see, it's like we have to command things. And I do realize that not being assertive enough has also cost me as well, Jennifer, has also cost me. And I have achieved a lot. And I know people, you've done a lot. I have done a lot because over the years, I have opened my god daggone mouth. That's why I have spoken up and I've said, I'm not putting up with this BS anymore. I'm not putting up with this anymore. And it's like you learn like over, you either people quit or you get tired. Do you know what I mean? You just get tired of it. And you either, like I said, some sisters I know who just, I can't deal with this, DeShawn, I can't do this. Or you just learn how to talk. And if you don't like what I'm saying, or if you feel I'm being aggressive, then whatever, then that clearly that is on, it's not on me that you think I'm aggressive when I'm only asking for my money. Then that also is a sign that says maybe this isn't the right fit for you. You know, it might not be the right fit for you. But like I said, the thing that I totally understand more than ever is that is not the only job for you. There are other jobs. So if this one goes, the universe will give you another one. I know Aradi's on a small island, but I do believe that for, I hate to sound like this, for every opportunity lost, cut off, whatever it may be, why this opportunity has gone, I always feel like another one comes around the corner. Now, I didn't say you get fired on a Monday and then Tuesday you get a job, but that's what happened to me. I got fired from my job. I had to take, very early on in my career, I had to take a receptionist job. Where was I? I can't even remember the company. Oh, it was god awful. When I tell you what a piece of crap corporation is, it was terrible. I can't even remember what they sold. They just were so annoying. And they fired me. They fired me. Well, first of all, listen. When you are in editorial, you have to take the opportunities that come your way. So my friend would call me up. I got a cover for you. And I would be like, really? Okay. And then I'm on the phone. I don't feel well today. I can't come in. And then I'm off doing the cover. Right? But when you're on probation, you're not allowed to, technically, you shouldn't be taking days off. It's a bad look. I didn't care. So I took like 4 days off. Yeah, I took like 4 days off from it. And they fired me. And then honest to God, the day before they fired me, I got offered a job. But I still didn't want to quit this job because it was, corporate means a check every 2 weeks. And I didn't want to quit my job. But when they fired me, this is what happened. I went like this. They said, DeShawn, we think you're lovely. We're going to have to let you go. And I said, really? Really? You have to let me go? Really? And then the girl, she liked me. She liked me a lot. And she was like, we're so sorry. She's crying. We really like you. I said, oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's all good. It's okay. And then I ran to my desk and started packing my stuff. And then I ran downstairs and then I called Fadil Barisha, who is my mentor, my friend, my buddy. I love him so much. And he had offered me a job on Sunday. And on that, I think it was Monday afternoon or Tuesday afternoon. Monday I got fired. Tuesday I was working at Fidil's. So this is all I'm saying is like the universe is there for you. The universe, I really do. I'm the universe. I'm the kumbaya universe person, but I really do believe the universe is there for you. And I believe if you're proactive in your life, the universe comes and says, okay, we got you. So I can only speak on my career, and that has happened to me my whole career, which is something bad happens, wax on, wax off. Is it wax on? This is wax on. I saw something always happens, something bad happens, but then something swoops in and something good happens. So I got fired. I ran out the building, called Fadil as I'm running down the street, and I'm screaming, Fadil, this is DeShawn. I can come work for you. And he's like, what the fuck? And he said, okay, honey, see you tomorrow. That was it. So I'm telling you, it's very interesting. Very, very interesting. Wait a minute. Something happened, Arati, to your thing. I don't know why I did that. Let's see. Oh, I see what happened because you said sexism. So Arati says, the sexism is a huge part of it. That is why I love working with female photographers, directors, talent, etc. I have already been labeled as difficult by men who dicked around with my pay. I love that. And it sucks because it's not a reputation I deserve. I always laugh when I work with someone new and they comment on how great I am to work with. The surprised tone tells me they heard differently. I feel that too. Like, oh, you're so lovely. Like, yeah, why wouldn't I be? Like, who told you I wasn't lovely? Okay. But the whole point is to see, Arati, you work with people who are crappy, and then the universe said, "Ploop, we have another thing for you." There's always something else. There's never one job. You see what I'm saying, people? There's never just one job. There's jobs. There are jobs out there. It might be even a different field. Arati might be doing bridal, and then all of a sudden her island, I don't know, e-commerce could just pop up and open up and she can get that job. You just don't know. You just don't know where it flows, you know? You just don't know. Evie blacklisted. I think, no, I wasn't trying to say blacklisted. I wasn't. No. Listen, when you only have hummus and toast, it's not good. It's not good. And I'm too lazy to order food. You know what, Arati, I have learned over the years, I'm old, okay? And I'm a Libra, okay? And I'm a serious Libra. I know there's other Libras. I'm serious too, but I'm sure you are. But because I am a Libra, I'm very serious. Like, when it comes to fairness, I can't, like, it really drives me crazy when things are just not fair, whether it's to me or somebody else. It's not fair. And I used to live on the fairness of it all. It's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. If I treat you well, then I would expect you to treat me well. It's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. And finally, something had to click me in the head. Just says, you can live by the fairness rule, and you can be as great in whatever way you are, but not everybody's like you, DeShawn. Not everybody's fair, and you've got to stop thinking that people are going to be fair, and you have to stop thinking. You have to stop getting upset when people aren't. And it used to really derail me. I used to really have to I would be sitting on. I wanted to quit because of some jacked up Shiite that happened that wasn't fair. That I felt was fair. I really wanted to quit. I didn't want to do this stuff anymore. I didn't want to do this because I was like, this is BS. If all of these nasty mother effers can run around out here and have these amazing careers, then I don't even know what to do. What am I doing? This isn't fair. And it took me 2 years after that whole initial thing, that bad taste in my mouth, to realize that it's people just suck. Some people just suck. And when they do, you just, as best you can, DeShawn, just bypass them. Just get away from them. Just get away from them. You just have to get away from them. That's all. Sometimes I turn down gigs. Sometimes I'll turn down gigs based off of the team, not even based off the talent. Sometimes it's like, oh, that hairdresser, oh, that fashion stylist, oh, that photographer. No, thank you. I've learned to say no. I've learned to say no because I know within my innards, fairness is very important to me. And I won't work with people who can't be fair or sneaky and backstabby and all that. I can't. It's not within my constitution to be around that. It makes me, it derails my whole brain. And so I've learned to just say, no, I refuse. So I feel you. It's not fair. I totally agree with you. It's not fair, but life goes on. You just move on. There are more people on that island and more people coming to your island every day. It's fine. You'll be fine. And that's what I say to myself. You'll be fine. You will be fine. I'm building a rapport with a local modeling agency that also represents makeup artists. I've heard mixed things about them, but the only artist who gets booked and busy in this area are those that are represented. Okay. So I am B. Lynn. Then get your ass up in that thing. Find out how you can get up in that. And I know sometimes that in how you say, smaller markets, sometimes agencies rule. So try as you may to get up in that agency the best you can. Sometimes if you present yourself to an agency and you say, listen, I am not asking to be on your board, but if you have any residual means extra work that you can't seem to pass off to the other people, you can give me a call. I would love to. You don't have to put me on your board. I would love to work with you. And a lot of agencies, you'd be shocked. They'd say, okay, but people don't ask because they don't think they can do that. But you can clearly represent, but you have to have all your stuff in the row. You can't suck and then walk up to an agency and be like, I want to be part of your agency, or send me some of your clients. No. And your stuff, your portfolio sucks, your website sucks. You can't do that. You have to have your stuff on point. And so if your stuff is on point, then I would say walk up to the agency and say, hey, this is, you don't have to bring your book or bring your iPad or whatever. Bring your presentation, your marketing presentation. Bring a client list with you and tell them, I have clients, this and that and the other. But, if you have anything that you want to pass along because your people are busy, I'd be happy to take a look at it. I'd be happy to be considered for it, something like that. I had just gotten a job at Ulta a few years ago, and the first week of training, I got a call for a 4-day shoot. Best believe I quit so fast. I'm telling you, Jennifer, I feel you. Paula, hi, honey. Yeah, Evie, too lazy to order food. Yes, I'm too lazy because I gotta look through the menu. I have food. I'm too lazy to order food. I'm not too lazy to make food, but right now I'm like, I don't feel like it. Because here it would be like Grubhub, and Grubhub, I get frustrated with Grubhub because it's so expensive, and I get agitated by it, and I feel I'm getting ripped off, and it's not fair. So I have food up there. I was supposed to make myself some bread today, not like bread, but like flatbread. I love making flatbreads for myself, and I was gonna make this shrimp dish, but then I got lazy. But then I was out in the garden, so I didn't get a chance to do much anyway. Evie, I'm a Libra too. Libra power, Libra power, Libras. We are the greatest. The boyfriend is like, whenever the word Libra comes up, he's like, oh God, here she goes. And I'm like, we just love ourselves. We just love ourselves. He's like, oh my God. We really think we're great. We really do. We really think Libras, we really think we're great. Like, yeah, we're great. Oh my God. Look at all the Libras. Oh, I'm sorry, Evelyn. Oh, Virgo, Libra cusp. That's okay. I'll take it. I'll take it. If you agreed, makeup artist said, don't work as hard, constantly show up late, still get booked because it's not fair. And it took me, Evie, it took me a long time. It takes, because again, if you get it, you're a Libra. And so it just sticks in you. It just sticks in your innards. Like, what the F is happening? Like, this person's not here. This person's late. This person's rude. This person's smoking pot. This person's doing this. This person's doing that. I'm here in the corner doing my job on time, everything, da da da. But yet they still getting booked and da da. It's not, and they're not even that good. It's not fair. And I think for us, it just weighs on us in such a weird way. It's heavy. I'm not saying it's not heavy for other zodiac signs, but I really do believe with Libras, is something about us. It just really can derail us. It can really derail us to like, ooh, like, I don't want to do this anymore because this is not fair. But again, I've learned to just kind of stay with myself, stay within my world in my head. Stay within my world in my head, which means like, whatever they do, I don't care. I'm over. I don't care anymore. They can act a fool. They can run around. They can do whatever they want. I'm not going to care, because the one thing I've learned in this industry is this: there's always a backstory. So why is this girl who can't do makeup well, or hair or something, or boy, whatever, why are they here? There's a backstory to everything. So they could be the daughter of the owner. They could be a lot of different things. They could be, you know what I mean? They could be blackmailing somebody. They could be sleeping with somebody. They could be the drug dealer for somebody. You see what I'm saying? There's all reasons why people are on set. And I had to realize, it's taking me a very long time to say, okay, I get it. I get why they're here, and I get why they have the job. The only thing I can do is do the best that I can do. I cannot um, let their crap weigh on me. I just can't. I just know that, let's say, if somebody were to say to me, well, do you know of a hairstylist? And I know that hairstyle sucks. They got on a really good set, but they suck, whatever, whatever. Of course, I wouldn't say use them. So that's kind of how I get around, is like, I just don't recommend those types of people, because you suck. You know what I'm saying? He is a Taurus, Evie. He's a Taurus, and he's like, he's like, oh God, her Libraism is thick today. Oh, honey, don't let me listen. I can go on for like a good 45 minutes of how great Libras are. I can also go on our bad side too, but yeah, he's like, oh, Jesus Christ. So what gets me are the artists with the dirtiest brushes and setups, and yet they still get booked for the lead on projects. I agree. You know what you do, Jennifer? Guess what you do? You just go, that is disgusting, and you move on. Just move on. That noted that you are a pig. Now move on. Because in the end, it's going to get them. I believe that wholeheartedly. I believe it. I believe it in my soul. In the end, they're all going to get it. And you know, what is that karma? I really believe in karma. I believe, like, when you're wrong, it'll slap you back in the face. Unfortunately, it won't slap them back in the face while we're standing there, but it will slap them back in the face. I didn't know her very well, but she was a makeup artist. First of all, I wasn't mad at her. I'm not mad, but she was this makeup artist working out of a studio. And the first thing I noticed, because I came in to visit, so I wasn't there to work, but I came in to visit, and her model came out, and her model was stunning. When I tell you stunning, I was like, at that point in my career, I was like, I have never seen makeup so beautiful in my life. It was just stunning. And then the photographer said, hey, come to the back and meet this person. And I was like, oh my God, of course I would love to meet her. And then I met her, and she was lovely. And then I looked down at the table, and I said, oh, I mean, it looked like an explosion of Shiite. Just explosion. The shit was everywhere. I don't know what she does. I mean, I don't know what happened. The floor is filthy. It is filthy. It's filthy. And I'm like, oh my God. And the photographer kind of said to me, he said, her makeup is impeccable. It's stunning, but I can't have her come back. Look at what she does. Look at this. I mean, when I tell you, she tore up this place. She tore it the F up. I don't even think she was there that long. It wasn't like she was there all day. It was like, I still to this day, I'm like, I've never seen something like that. I've never seen something like that. They get it. Believe me, all of them will get it. They all will get it. That's why I always say to you people, 10 years ago, name the hottest people 10 years ago. Are they still hot today? You have to think like that, because most of them are not hot today. most of them have imploded in their own ways. Most of them. So that's why it's like you just let it go. You just let it go. And if they do, sometimes there are artists who just propel. There are artists who you working hard, you doing your thing, and then all of a sudden they shoot to stardom, and it's like, how the hell did that happen? And then I find out the backstory. Oh, you didn't know that she went to school with this person? Oh, you didn't know? Oh, no, I didn't know that. Okay, there's my answer. Okay, I get it. Gotcha. Is that star still working with that person today? If they are, that person has now turned into like their fourth makeup artist that they call on occasion, no longer riding the jets with these people, no longer doing. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I know that it comes and it goes. Our careers go bloop, 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 but I also know that those types of people, their careers will go bloop, bloop, and bloop. Okay. So people, I have got to go, but I will be back next Sunday for sure. This time, y'all best to come with some questions in the comment section in the community board. But besides that, I'm back. Yep, gotta go. But I will see you guys. Oh my God, faced with love. Hi. Hi, honey. Damn, I wish I knew you were on here. Maybe you said something to me before I didn't see you. So anyway, yeah, I have to go. I will be back. Hi, honey. I will be back next week, Sunday. Leave a thumbs up. Say, oh my God, Sean, this was the greatest thing ever. Make comments. Okay. All of that cute stuff. I am out. Jennifer, I'm sorry. I'm missing you, honey. But I have to go. I will see y'all next week, Sunday. Good night. Beautiful people.